Okay, it's day 184, still a little bit under the weather here in DC. So let's talk about the Blackberries and the difference between the NSA Blackberry that Hillary didn't want to use and she didn't want Anthony's trusted staff to use either, and what the alternatives might have been. The alternatives might have been other encoding schemes that were out there on the dark web that could have been used in alternative to the NSA. One of those was called E4M. E4M, you can Google it, was out there, kind of a rogue encoding scheme, but had the reputation of being uncrackable, etc. Some people say that it was commercialized into a encoding scheme or product, commercialized product called TrueCrypt. And the cool thing about it was that you had these master codes, these master code ideas and daily codes. So you could have a master code for the whole month. So if somebody didn't get your code at the beginning of the month, they weren't in on your codes, and then you could have daily codes as well for daily operations. And so that's kind of like, NSA, industrial grade, military grade encryption. So that was the claim to fame of TrueCrypt, potentially. We don't know that to be true. But then this company called Phantom Secure out of Canada was kind of offering it as a commercial product over the web. A lot of motorcycle gangs, a lot of Hells Angels, a lot of MS-13, a lot of different gangs around the world were pointed in this direction. We don't know if CIA or other agencies like that pointed them in that direction to run their rat lines. Again, a lot of this is speculation. But we do know E4M, we do know TrueCrypt was a real product, we do know E4M was a real encoding scheme, and we do know that Phantom Secure was recently busted by different intelligence agencies in Canada. So it stands to reason also that the kingpin of MS-13 was the Ripper here in New York, he's right from a mile or two from where we are here is where he got his start, was recently busted. Maybe that it lends credence to this theory that E4M was cracked. Now, it could be that there was a whole bunch of traffic going back and forth on the net that was E4M traffic that couldn't be cracked by NSA, and that was Clapper and Cheney asked Dennis Montgomery, a computer specialist, to say, hey, can you crack this thing? We'll build you the biggest computer we can in Fort Washington to crack this thing. We'll call it the Hammer. You got to crack this. We don't know what this encrypted communication is. This is the 44 hard drive case. This is the Larry Klayman case that's here in Washington. We don't know if that's E4M or not, just interesting speculation at this point. But what is interesting is if this was cracked, and that would basically make all your communications in the rat lines, meeting up here and there, if you combine it with human interrogation about what certain code words mean, cake, this or whatever the different code words are, you could quite quickly roll up the whole organization, like say an MS-13, all the way to the top. So you could start at the bottom of the Christmas tree, if it's a Christmas tree structure, or Amway downlines, however you want to describe it. You could roll up the structure all the way to the top, and that probably is what happened with MS-13 here recently. That means all other gangs, motorcycle gangs, all other people that may have had this technology, Anthony's trusted staff technology pushed out to them, have been compromised. So basically, NSA is reading and or U.S. Cyber Command is reading your email every day now as we speak. Just want to put that thought out there to the ratliners, a little comfort for you. But I do believe that's actually what happened. We'll see if that actually turns out to be true. And if that is true, then all of Nancy Pelosi's exfiltration of nuclear technology or chemical technology or other weapons technology to Iran, to North Korea from there, to Pakistan, would be like just as simple as reading a postcard as it's coming across your desk in the mail.